If you're struggling with choppy or uneven layers by the face, I'm going to share with you 5 easy tips that you can use to fix them. The first tip is to create a balanced guide. So we're going to take a small piece of hair from the front to create a guide. You should have one piece of hair from each side, and it should be about the width of a finger. For these layers to feel like face framing and not like full-on bangs, we're going to start the layering at the lip line. So the goal will be to create a triangle that's shorter in the center and gets longer to the outer corners. The more you pull on the hair, the more risk it has of springing up and being shorter than you expect. So comb down with the fine teeth of the comb. I'm not really gripping the hair with my fingers because that'll pull, but once you're in the right position, then you can stabilize the hair in your fingers. So look right in the middle of the section and cut your shortest area. Now that you've got a guide, you're going to create a diagonal cut on each side. Your guide is the foundation for an even haircut. This guide will set you up to create symmetry on both sides. And it'll prevent your layers from going lopsided, so one side's not going to be longer than the other. But what you're looking to do is create this arc right in the center front, so that's going to start the short to long layering. Take your first section, which will be slightly diagonal back. So think about a marble that would roll from the forehead down to the back nape area. Now the goal is to draw a diagonal line from that shortest length down to the bottom, pulling the hair to the side, and then just seeing what kind of line I need to create to connect the shortest length to the longest length. Now that we're in position and we've seen what line we have to create, all you have to do is cut. Tip 2 is to cut both sides at the same time. So I'm going to take the next subsection from the right side now, and we're going to try and make it match the other side. We have our one side that's layered, and then this side is not layered quite yet. So think about a time when you've cut the hair perfectly on one side, and then you went to the other side and you just couldn't get them to match up. By alternating the sides as you cut, you can constantly check for balance. This helps you see if one side is longer or heavier than the other side, and you can correct it in the process. It's much easier to balance the haircut when you work side to side like this. So I like to really make sure that we're setting our guides first, and then we can keep moving on with our subsections. If I were to go in and cut this to the exact length that we wanted to hit at the very end, it's going to end up shorter because we're going to texturize and remove more length. So leaving it a little longer is going to give you a safety net so you don't cut the hair too short. And it's going to allow you to texturize properly afterwards without removing too much length and getting the soft edge that we want. Which leads into tip 3, choosing the right tool. So now that you know how to balance both sides of the hair, the next step is to figure out what tool is going to give you the best result. The razor can give you really fast results with a lot softer of an edge to your lines. We're using the same cutting technique, standing on the opposite side, and once you find the guide, your fingers are going to extend slightly past so you have length to cut. Now you're just going to use the bottom of the razor and cut very small channels. This razor needs a new blade. I think this razor has a sharper edge here. Oh yeah, much better. So yeah, always use a fresh blade with your razor, otherwise it's going to be really hard to cut. The key is really the body position. So keep your body position consistent so everything is predictable and stays the same. If you're doing it on yourself, that just means keeping your hands placed in the same position every time you cut. So this is good for creating edgier haircuts or hair where you want to see a lot of texture and movement. Choosing the right tool makes a huge difference in how the layers end up falling, and it can also affect how much work you're going to have to do. Scissors are great tools for cutting precision, especially when you want to create blunt lines or you want to build strength in a haircut. If you cut with scissors, you're going to have to texturize a lot more afterwards. A razor might get you to the same result faster, so think about which tool is going to be better for you before you start your haircut. And if you feel like something needs to be adjusted, just go through and fix it. It's not that dramatic. The hair already looks like it's sitting really nicely, but this is where we can add more of a unique final touch. So tip 4 is to refine the hair when it's dry. Cutting dry lets you see the true shape of the layers, and it allows you to see if you need to remove weight or if you need to break up any lines to create a softer result. So channeling is really good when you want to reduce the weight but respect the line of the haircut. The secret here is placing your guide blade parallel to that strand before you cut. So as opposed to going in with the blade horizontally, you're going in vertically. But you can also point cut if you want to soften out a line or even if you want to break it up and create more of a spiky texture. So that's why taking vertical sections is really important, because you can see what you cut, and you're not risking cutting any straight lines into the hair when it goes back into natural fall. If you decide to go in with a texturizing scissor, keep the same movements, so you're going in vertically. That includes the way that you insert the texturizing shear. So figure out which texturizing technique is going to work best for you and the result you're trying to get. Now, if after all of these tips your layers still aren't looking perfect, I've got one more tip that you can lean into, and that's to use color. For example, on this mannequin, I ended up coloring the tips black, and that really accentuated those layers, leaning into that more choppy, edgy kind of style. So even if the cut's not perfect, color can always, accentuate the look. Yes, this is making me nervous. Let's take down this color and see what it looks like. So here's what it looks like just halfway dry. It's really cool actually, especially if you dry it with a natural wave. I think it has a fun look to it. And then I finished it with a paddle brush just to give it more of a smooth, curvy feeling and add a little bit of texture spray to give it a nice finish. But yeah, it's fun. The black tips really bring out the layers, and I think this could be a fun look with any color combo. So you could do this with brown to orange, you could do brown to red, blue to white. There's so many different color combos you could do with this, so just be creative and have fun. That's really all I was going for today, was just to be creative and have fun. I'm a little sick, as you can probably hear, so I just needed to do something creative and feel like I made something. So which tip did you find the most useful? And what would you do to fix choppy layers? Let's spread the knowledge in the comments. See you in the next video.